President Donald Trump threatened to extend his takeover of D.C. police. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Thursday, August 14th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. Last night, agents from multiple federal agencies were seen roaming the streets of the nation's capital. Among them were ICE agents, who set up a checkpoint at a busy intersection. Federal authorities stopped cars for seatbelt violations and broken taillights. The checkpoint sparked an impromptu protest of nearly 100 people who you heard at the top of the show. They also chanted, "Go home, fascists." The show of force comes days after President Trump deployed federal law enforcement and the National Guard to D.C. streets. Trump says they are there to fight crime, even though violent crime is at 30-year lows in the district. Federal agents have also been seen entering homeless encampments and asking people if they have drugs or weapons. Trump has vowed to immediately move encampment occupants out of the district. Officials yesterday said the overnight federal law enforcement operation would soon become a 24/7 affair in D.C., with an even bigger National Guard presence. Trump also said he intends to ask Congress to allow him to maintain control of D.C. police beyond 30 days. Our newsroom has been covering this story from every angle. You can stay up to date with fast-moving developments with a 1-week pass to the Washington Post for just $7. Learn more at washingtonpost.com/weekpass. An appeals court said the Trump administration can withhold billions of dollars in foreign aid. That's number 2. Trump announced a freeze on billions of dollars in foreign aid as one of his first acts in office in January. He said the spending on food and medicine in other countries was not aligned with American values or interests. But the move was held up by lawsuits from international aid groups, who warned it would cause a humanitarian crisis. Yesterday, Trump was handed a significant, if possibly temporary, win. An appeals court lifted a block on his spending freeze. A recent study in the medical journal The Lancet predicted the cuts could lead to up to 14 million additional deaths by 2030. That includes up to 5 million children under the age of 5. Number 3. President Trump announced the recipients of the 48th Kennedy Center Honors. At the D.C. Arts Institution yesterday, Trump unveiled 5 portraits draped in velvet to reveal the 2025 Kennedy Center honorees. This year's recipients are glam metal band Kiss, actor Michael Crawford, country music legend George Strait, actor Sylvester Stallone, and singer Gloria Gaynor. The Post reported an intriguing detail that didn't make the ceremony. Tom Cruise was also offered the honors, but he declined because of scheduling conflicts. That's according to current and former Kennedy Center employees who spoke anonymously. Trump also announced a major change to the ceremony. There's going to be a new host, the president himself. He insists it wasn't his idea.
I've been asked to host. I said, I'm the president of the United States. Are you fools asking me to do that? Sir, you'll get much higher ratings. I said, I don't care. I'm president of the United States. I won't do it.
It turns out he will do it. The ceremony takes place in December. Tropical Storm Erin will soon become a hurricane. That's number 4. Erin is gradually gaining strength in the Atlantic with winds of 50 miles per hour as of this morning. It's expected to become a hurricane tomorrow and a Category 3 storm over the weekend. Erin is currently on a track that avoids land, but it's still expected to impact the northern Leeward Islands in the Caribbean and Puerto Rico. Forecasters will be watching to see how sharply it turns to the northwest early next week. That will be critical for the east coast of the U.S. and Bermuda. In other weather news, I have a happy update to our story yesterday about floods that were threatening Juneau, Alaska. New barriers did manage to hold back record-breaking glacial floodwaters. Number 5. The maker of Gore-Tex is accused of releasing forever chemicals into a community. Gore-Tex is a waterproof material made by W.K. Gore and Associates. That company has been a major employer in Elkton, Maryland for decades. But now, lawsuits allege the company contaminated water in the community with forever chemicals, which are also known as PFAS. The lawsuits claim that the company knew for decades that its use of these chemicals endangered public health and the environment, but hid that fact from the state and the nearby community. The company denies this. PFAS are chemical compounds that can persist indefinitely in the environment and the human body. They've been linked to serious health problems. One woman in Elkton suspects they contributed to her health issues and the deaths of her dogs. Ancient teeth revealed clues about human evolution. That's number 6. In 2018, a team of scientists was scanning the ground for fossils in northeastern Ethiopia when they made an amazing discovery. It was an ancient molar. Then they found another and another until they'd collected 13 teeth in all. It turns out they were 2.6 to 2.8 million years old, and they could be evidence of an entirely new species of ancient human ancestors. Human evolution has long been visualized as a simple linear timeline, with one species replacing another, all the way from apes to modern humans. But the new find reinforces a different picture of human history, one that's more of a tangled-up bush than a straight line. Different species and different branches of the hominin family tree overlapped with one another in time and space. Not all paleontologists are convinced that these chompers are evidence of an unknown species, but they are an intriguing clue as scientists try to piece together the mystery of how we as humans came to be.
It's not until 10.
And at number 7, there's no need to worry about rabbits with tentacles in Colorado. Residents of Colorado have been alarmed in recent days to see some very unusual-looking bunnies. Eastern cottontail rabbits in the region have been infected with a virus that causes tentacle-like growths to shoot from their necks, shoulders, ears, and abdomens. A spokesperson for Colorado Parks and Wildlife reassured the public that this is no big deal. They say the virus can't spread to humans or other animal species. It's also not new to the region, and it often just goes away on its own. That said, if your pet rabbit suddenly grows horns, you should consult a vet. There's something so viscerally horrifying about these tentacle rabbits that I could barely look at them this morning. But if you are into that kind of thing, you can find a picture of a horned rabbit in the 7 newsletter today. Just make sure you're not eating when you look at it.
Would like the transport done, then that would be it.
All right, you're all caught up. For your next listen, check out the latest episode of Post Reports. It's about Gen Z and the job market, and how, to borrow a phrase from the youths, this generation is cooked. Entry-level positions require years of experience, companies are laying off people en masse, and AI is screening job applications. So how will the kids find work? Find out by listening to Post Reports wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.
Well, I'm going to let them know, hey, next time they got to give us like a week in advance. That was brought up to you by who? Nikki and them?
Nikki, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand, but
It'd be great if we lived in Pendleton. What? What?
It'd be a whole lot easier, but
Yeah. A lot easier.